This is KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, surveying the damage. This video out of Clark County. If you lost power there overnight, this may be the reason. Viewer Melissa Marie sent us that video from the BPA Ross complex. Unbelievable. Right now, Clark Public Utilities is reporting more than 3,100 homes are still without power. That's down from more than 66,000 overnight. At the same time, PGE reporting 1,600 outages, Pacific Power more than 1,300. Most of them caused by trees toppled onto power lines overnight. We'll keep you posted on damage reports throughout the morning as they come in. In the meantime, I'm Maggie Vespa alongside Keely Chalmers. Obviously a crazy day weather-wise yesterday.
Well, night. It came in overnight.
Right.
I mean, it was a brief shot. It came in and it is moving out, moving up to the north of us. So it's pretty quick moving. And things out there right now are calm. As you can see from our shot, this is out in Newport, looking out over Yaquina Bay. Yeah, things have certainly calmed down. Calm here in the metro area as well. Winds have died down quite a bit. We're at 13-mile-per-hour winds out of the south-southwest. So that area of deep low pressure that brought us those strong wind gusts overnight. Here in the metro area, we were reporting gusts up to 50 miles per hour, possibly even 55 in some spots. Again, that was a very strong system pushed off, pretty fast moving to the north and northeast, and we are just calm, I guess, right now after the storm. 44 degrees out there right now. And here is how your Sunday is shaping up. So by about noon, 43 degrees. We're going to wrap up the day right around 43. Won't get much warmer than, say, 44 degrees, which is where we are right now. And we're going to see quite a bit of rain off and on throughout the day. We do have some dry weather to talk about coming up in just a bit, Maggie.
All right, Keely, sounds good. Thank you. Well, in the meantime, we are learning more about the man shot and killed by Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies yesterday. 50-year-old David Engbretson had a warrant out for his arrest after failing to appear in court. He was arrested in July for firing off a gun illegally, recklessly endangering a woman, and criminal mischief. Yesterday, we brought you this story as breaking news. A deputy saw Engbretson sitting in his car in the driveway of the Oak Grove Methodist Church in Milwaukee. Engbretson, we're told, refused to get out of his car, and the deputy called for backup. At some point, there was an exchange, we're told, of gunfire, and Engbretson was killed. No deputies were hurt. They are now on paid leave while the investigation continues. And some scary moments in southeast Portland as someone fired a gun outside a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. This happened in the middle of the day around 3:45. Portland police getting a call of gunshots outside the pizza place. And when they showed up, they found shell casings in the parking lot and a parked car with a bullet hole. Right now, we have no reports of any injuries or arrests. And a warning now to be safe while enjoying the winter weather. In Central Oregon, 2 people have been paralyzed in sledding accidents. These were actually 2 separate incidents this week. One was at Winoga Snow Park, the other near the Hoodoo Ski area. We spoke with a trauma surgeon at St. Charles Medical Center in Bend who says this time of year, sledding injuries are common, but these are extreme.
I'm concerned that with no fresh snow and with the temperature fluctuating around the freezing point, the hills are very icy right now, making them a lot faster and a lot more dangerous than what people expect.
Other common sledding injuries, severe concussions and broken backs. She says it's never safe to jump on a sled or to go face first down a hill, and she recommends sledding that in ones that you can steer rather than in inner tubes. Well, now to a very sad update to a missing persons case near Estacada. 2 men who went to visit a hot springs there. They were missing for 4 days, and now they've been found dead. Crews pulled a red Chevy Tahoe from the Kallawash River east of Estacada. Investigators say it appears Jace Villarreal and Kevin Shaver were speeding, and they drove off Highway 224 straight down into the water. The pair were killed, and their bodies were found in the car. Deputies say the men had gone to visit a hot springs on New Year's Eve, and when they didn't come home, family called 911. It took several days to find them because the car, we're told, was fully submerged. Chase's dog was found alive on the bank of that river. Well, now to our homeless crisis and the outbreak that experts say could strike at any time. Hepatitis A has been on the rise among homeless people across the country, including in California. And now doctors are desperate to keep it out of Oregon.
This is the outbreak and the video that sparked the fear. Hazmat crews sanitizing sidewalks in San Diego after hepatitis A struck homeless camps there. KGW first showed you this video in spring of 2017. Tonight, it turns out this was the tip of the iceberg.
New York City had an outbreak, Michigan had an outbreak, Utah, Arizona, several states had outbreaks.
Since then, the CDC has seen nationwide spikes in Hep A, a virus that infects the liver, causing vomiting, diarrhea, and extreme fatigue. 6,500 infections total across 10 states, a reported 70 deaths. Until now, common causes included eating tainted foods and traveling to countries with low vaccine rates. But this latest wave points to a new risk factor, one the Northwest knows well: homelessness.
This is really a high-risk population because disease can spread, and they're also not a very healthy population. So there were more hospitalizations and deaths than we would normally have expected.
A big reason, say doctors with the Oregon Health Authority, homeless camps and shelters can be unsanitary. This man stays in a shelter.
People don't do it as much because it's just a pain in the ass to go there and then get on, sign up for a shower, blah, 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 blah. It's like, are you serious to take a shower?
So now the state has a new focus, preventing hepatitis A among Oregon's homeless. The OHA armed counties with extra vaccines and encouraged local providers to educate homeless adults. If a case is detected, an alert goes out. If the infected person is homeless, that info is dispensed as well.
If we had a case in a homeless shelter or a camp, that we would really have tried to aggressively provide vaccination to that group.
Thankfully, that hasn't happened yet, but doctors in Oregon must now be constantly on guard like never before.
And hepatitis outbreaks have been so bad, the CDC is now officially listing being homeless as a reason to get the Hep A vaccine. Doctors with the OHA say they're on even higher alert during the spring and summer as people tend to travel up the West Coast from California into Oregon. Well, food truck owners in Salem refuse to let an overnight theft before their big grand opening ruin their day. It happened at the Yard Food Park on State Street in Salem. 5 cars were vandalized by someone early Friday morning. A man wearing a hoodie was recorded on surveillance video walking through the food cart pod. The owners think he cut electrical wires to the carts, most likely to sell for scrap. But the food cart owners are not letting that theft get them down.
Just like any other city, somebody's a fool who's going to make a mistake. You have to just take the good with the bad, and this is part of it. So we all stick together. My buddy here next to me and I are good friends, so we help each other, watch each other's back, and it's like that basically all the trailers.
So the owner of the Yard Food Park didn't waste any time making repairs. It cost him some money, but he wanted everything just right for the grand opening celebration yesterday. Congrats to them for pulling that off. Well, she survived a Japanese internment camp here in the States during World War II. She ran a farm with 4 daughters in Fairview. And yesterday, she celebrated a huge milestone with her family. Emiko Kikawa had her 100th birthday party, and 4 generations of her family and friends got together at her assisted living facility in Northeast Portland. Amy was born in Portland in 1919, a second-generation American of Japanese descent. Her family ran a farm in Fairview, but when the war broke out, they were all taken to an internment camp in Idaho with hundreds of other Japanese families. Her second daughter was born at that camp. After they were able to leave, Amy came back to Fairview and had 2 more daughters and then ran that strawberry farm. Her family is so happy to celebrate her long life.
She had a hard life as she was younger, but she's just blossomed in her older age. She's healthy, she's social, she's just enjoying her old age, and 100 is a real milestone. She's such a positive person, which I think has helped her longevity, to be positive, engaged with other people, and loving other people.
2017 was the 75th anniversary of the signing of the executive order that put thousands of Japanese people in internment camps after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. There is a memorial to them on Portland's waterfront. Have you noticed anything different at or around the Lloyd Center? Well, coming up in about 12 minutes, as some national chain stores close, they're making room for local businesses to take over. We'll explain. But first, people are packing up and moving to Oregon. What is drawing so many people here? Enough to put us at number 2 in the entire country.